Kelly.
All right, good deal.
Number 58, right?
Yes.
Thank you for joining us here at the Salle High School 2021 Sports Stag.
Oh, man, it's an honor.
Appreciate you volunteering your time and coming out. We really do.
Yeah.
On behalf of the whole LaSalle community. Joe Kelly, 11 NFL seasons, right?
Yeah.
That's a long career.
Yeah, and I still got all my original parts. So
Do you really?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't work as well, but,
11 years is a long NFL career. I mean, the average is what? 2?
3.
3?
It's the average now. It's probably about 3.5. So, just, you never think about it until after. And, of course, when we're old dudes now. So it's like anybody I tell I played 11, you look at, because even now the younger kids, they're retiring after 5-6 years.
Right.
Of course the money is a lot different. But it was I think I appreciate playing 11 years more now. Yeah. Than I did then. You're just playing and just. You're living a dream, man. Living a dream.
So talk about your adjustment coming from, the University of Washington, coming to Cincinnati, what that adjustment was as a player and also kind of adjusting to the city of Cincinnati.
You know what? It was, coming. I'm originally from Los Angeles and, went to University of Washington. So I was kind of acclimated to the cold weather. I mean, all my games in high school, 3 o'clock, 85, 90 degrees in December. So it was a change going to Seattle, and it got cold a couple times in Seattle, but I got used to the rain. We played in rain after September. It was rain. Yeah. It was cold. So coming here, I don't think you could ever get used to playing in 5 degrees.
Freezer bowl stuff, right?
But it's it was I got acclimated to playing on turf. Didn't Cincinnati, of course, how the Bengals do. I never talked to them. Yeah. Going into the draft, I was going to be a San Diego Charger. I was literally on the phone with Alex Manuels, and the Bengals coming up picking number 11.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him, and they had 2 first-round picks. They picked Leslie O'Neal at number 5. They had 5 and 13. And they said, we're definitely going to give you 13. Never talk to Cincinnati. And I'm looking at the TV, and Cincinnati selects University of Washington inside linebacker Joe Kelly.
You're like, is that me?
Yeah, so, it was here, but I think when I got here, the biggest thing for me, Reggie Williams.
He's my favorite player when I was a kid, man.
Reggie,
number 57.
Yeah, to this day, he's actually on my board. My group home organization. Day one, when I came here, took me under his wing, and really, by example, showed me what it was to be a professional. And I thought I knew how to work out. I thought I came in here in shape and all that, and then once I got with Reggie and learned how to work out, I realized I wasn't doing anything. Yeah. So it was that, and then what he exemplified off the field. He was my biggest influence. Of course we had some great leaders. Anthony, Max Montoya, Ross Browner, Eddie Edwards, and those guys. Yeah. So it was learning a lot from them. And being a first round pick, they made it comfortable, for me. So it wasn't a tough transition. The biggest the toughest transition for me was, of course, obviously I was a first round pick. So first round picks of Cincinnati Bengals, traditionally you're signing after preseason, and I was that wasn't going to be me. No way, my agent. I'm not doing it. You sign, because I wasn't going to Cincinnati and being that guy. Yeah. This dude is holding out, and it was just they offered me the same thing that they offered Lewis Billups, which was a second-round pick. When I say the exact same contract, I'm their 11th pick. So 11. It was kind of like, eventually, we worked it out, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to, to make it into training camp or preseason. But Reggie Williams, some of the veteran guys, made it an easy transition for me.
Let's talk a little bit about your nonprofit work. You mentioned your group home. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that, because that's really it's God's work. I know this much about it.
Yeah. So
I'd love to learn more.
When I actually first year of free agency was my 8th year. I went and signed for the Los Angeles Raiders, and a guy named Pepper Jenkins that played with me. He came out of L.A., Long Beach State. He played just a couple years, and when I went back to L.A. in '93, he was working in a group home. I had never heard of a group home. He called and asked me, can I come talk with the kids? And then I kind of found out here, these are kids that are taken out of home because of abuse, neglect, and just kind of, how can you not be, attracted to that? And, so the whole season just kind of, going in and taking the kids shopping and, having them part of it. And then it was ironic that my last year, when a friend of mine, was having a housewarming in L.A., and I went home, and I hadn't decided I was going to retire. This was '97, and his mother-in-law was running group homes. So I stayed in L.A. for 2 weeks, seen that, told my agent I'm retiring. This is what I'm going to do. Came back to Cincinnati, had some properties, and started. It took I think maybe about 9 months, and May 5th, 1998, was able to start Kelly Youth Services. And we provide group homes for boys and girls, abuse, neglected, at-risk youth. And now we're in year 23, and we've had over 2,000 kids in Cincinnati.
God bless you, man.
Yeah. So
God bless you.
When we bring up the name Sam Wyche, what memories, what thoughts flood back to you?
You know what? I always had I had a great connection with Sam. And Sam was an offensive guy, but Sam would always literally come to me. We'll be playing in the games, and maybe the game is not going the way we wanted it to go, and Sam would find me. And I would say, he was saying, and he was like, I need you to get us going. And I knew that we needed a spark. Yeah. So, I was kind of fiery kind of guy. Yeah. And it was next series, I got to go. Somebody was going to get the crap knocked out of him. And so when Sam was like, I knew. So it was after, a year, I knew what that meant. So he didn't have to, initially he was coming like, come on, I need you to get us going. So, rookie, I'm like, well, you got an older guy. What does that mean? So
you were our 11th pick.
Yeah.
You were the first.
So I need you to go out here and kick some, Yeah. So, it was that. And then, my 4 years here, he would come in and he was giving me that look. He was like Joe, and he's like, I knew what that meant. And it's kind of here, go out there and let's try to make a play, get a spark, get the defense going, get the team going. I was kind of rally guy, trying to get the offense going. So, it was Sam was I had an awesome, relationship with Sam. Sam was an awesome guy, man.
One last question for you. Take your thoughts on what you think about the Bengals Ring of Honor, and who do you think that comes to mind that you think right off the top of your head that should be in?
There's no question. There's the only player I've been talking about. Reggie Williams, that's a no-brainer. A guy who led linebackers every category. Probably the longest tenure besides, I think, Ken Riley. Just what he accomplished on the field, playing with the Bengals that long, and with the same organization, what he accomplished off the field. Nobody's done that. So obviously, the two picks were, those two, we already knew those. So, after that, there's some great players, but definitely, Reggie Williams is my number one. He needs to be in there. Of course, Ken Riley, Lamar Parrish, there's a Max Montoya. There's a lot of guys, deserving guys that eventually, I'm just happy that they're doing it for the organization. Yeah. The fans, and the guys who deserve, those accolades for being a long-time Bengal and a great Bengal.
Joey, appreciate you coming out, man.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Hope I didn't talk your guys' head off.
I'm going to find you about your group.
We got Fulcher eyeing us down, so I'm kind of, anxious about making him wait any longer than we have to.
So let me tell you, this guy. So we grew up together.
Nuh-uh.
So we played each other in high school, and he kicked our ass.
Who won? Yeah, who won? And we you're both defensive players in the NFL, but in high school you probably went on both sides.
Yeah,
right?
he was. He was that size playing wide receiver, and the other wide receiver was Harvey Allen, and the two biggest guys on their high school team both played wide receiver and safety. Those are the two biggest guys. I was 180 pounds. So we go back high school, and then him at Arizona State and me at Washington, and then we end up together.
So you couldn't get away from him.
No. I was chasing him. Yeah.
Joe Kelly, appreciate you joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot.